Hello all, it's Sharon. In today's video I just want to share some apartment changes. So over here we have our like little calendar pieces with just weather and stuff. And then we have the little schedule from Temu. It's basically our daily schedule. Sometimes it changes if we're out with my mom all day. I need to fix this part here because it keeps on drooping down. Maybe I'll put some Velcro behind there. But yeah, it just keeps Nate on track of what we're doing throughout the day. So I'm going to show you some other changes I made in the apartment. Also, we do have other cards here that can change daily depending on if there's something different. So I'll show you what those look like in case you were interested in getting this set on Temu. So some things that might change throughout our day is we might go to the gym, might go shopping with my mom, go to the library, or we might just go somewhere like her house, so family time, or at the park, so we can switch those out depending on if we're doing any of these things on a certain day. So I remembered I had these sticky dots and I put some here so these cards here are not leaning, and I kind of did the same down here. So I'm going to probably use some of these sticky dots for the schedule part, and the calendar part, they're leaning a little bit too, so I probably will just put Velcro on there, that way I can switch them out. But these pieces here, I'll just probably use these sticky dots. I'm going to show you now the new shelf from Temu. So this is the new cart from Temu. So it's got 3 sections. I think this is going to be our new activity bins. I might even put labels on them. It's not staying here where it is. This is where our old activity bins were. But I also have it on top of this 3-drawer system. This had Nate's Lego. I'll show you in his room. He got a new one of these plastic things for his Lego. Plus we already had one that was in his room. So these 2 items I'm going to move, I'll show you now, near our art area, and the shelves that are in the art area I think are going to move into his bedroom as more storage in his bedroom. So I'll show you what that looks like. So yeah, this is our current state of our art supplies. It's kind of a disaster. I think with that plastic drawer system I can organize some of these items better, and then I'm hoping to put the little activity bins beside the plastic drawer system. But yeah, this all needs to get reorganized. And then these plastic shelves are going to go into Nate's room, and I think he's going to use it to display some of his items because he likes to collect things, especially like his Prime bottles and stuff like that. So this might work perfectly in the corner of his bedroom. Also, I had it in 2 different sections, but it does have the 4 wheels and the 4 bars. I can put it back together so that it's 5 complete shelves, which I might do once I move it into his room. So in Nate's room for the Lego, we already had 2 of these drawer system things. The other one has 3 drawers. This gray one has 4, and we already started sorting out Lego. And then our neighbor the other day gave us this one, which has the 4 smaller drawers and then the 2 larger drawers. So we might move the Lego into this one just to sort out more colors. But yeah, that's a really great of our neighbor to give us that item. So those Lego bins are under Nate's loft bed, and so is our old activity bins. So we moved this into Nate's room because Nate wanted a plant stand in the living room near the balcony door. So I couldn't have this shelf out there and the plant stand. I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. So we moved this in here, and this has mainly all his like STEM building items. And he might, have it in here, and it's under his bed, so he could build things under here, and there's space for him to, he can leave the items out more often. It's like he loves to set up things and then he'll leave them out, but being out in the living room, which is also my bedroom and the homeschool room, there's, too many toys out there. So being under his loft bed, then he can be more creative and build whatever he would like under here because there's, a lot of space. This is where our guinea pig's cage used to be before she passed away. So I think it's a good idea to have it here under his loft bed. It might move locations in the future. So I put the shelf back together. So this is going to go into Nate's room. It's quite tall out here. And then he has a smaller one in there that has some of his collectibles on it. Now I'm going to bring that one out of his bedroom and replace it with this one, and then he'll have this tall shelf so he can display whatever he would like on it. And then this, I'm going to move those other shelves and the drawer system and set up the art center back in this area. So yeah, this old art shelf is now in Nate's room. His light is up there and his Go Train helmet. And then he's got different cans, his Prime bottles that he likes to collect. And then there's some other glass pop bottles down there. But yeah, he can use this wherever way he likes, and he can display whatever he wants as well. He's trying to collect all the Fanta cans in rainbow order. But yeah, so I'll show you now his plant area that we kind of set up. So right here where this curtain is, there's our balcony, and this is where our old activity shelves bins were, and we moved that into Nate's room. So this baker's rack used to be behind my table up against the counter, and it's for overflow of homeschool stuff. But now Nate has his plants on top. He has a lamp, and he's growing some sesame seeds, a radish, and some peppers, so hopefully they do grow. I did keep the homeschool stuff here, so I'll show you. So I did leave the homeschool bins in here, so we have overflow for social studies, science, and then our language and math. So that kind of still works for storage of those items. But we might get something on the side here as he gets more plants and more supplies. And then hopefully these do grow and they'll go out on the balcony in the springtime. So I keep on saying activity bins, but I guess this will be our new activity shelves from Temu. Super cute little shelves. So I did use our old workbox labels to section different things together. So we have science, nature, STEM, math, and thinking skills. And then we have the motor skills, sensory, and art. And then down below we have social studies, writing, and language. And I did order more of those little zipper pouches from Amazon. So I think that's how I'm going to set up our activities. There's a tray behind there that Nate often uses if he's doing artwork or Play-Doh or like a volcano. So I just store that behind there. So then over here is the art area. It turned out nice. It looks more organized. So we have our coloring books up here, and then we have this drawer system from Dollarama. And I put all of the crayons separated by different colors. And then we have this paper towel holder that holds our like duct tapes and different types of tape. And then in the top drawer there was some loose pom-poms. I also put our glue sticks and our hot glue gun and different types of fun glue. And then over here we have the 3D paint, and then there's some watercolors, pastels, brushes. And then down here is the other paints. There's stampers and bingo markers. So yeah, that all fit in there nicely. And as you come over here, we have this little movable doll that Nate can use for art things. And then he has all his pipe cleaners that he's always using. And then 2 bottles of glue that didn't fit in the drawer. We have some stamps from IKEA, I believe. And then we have this little holder from the Dollar Tree with all our different types of scissors. Those are the ones that cut it in like fun patterns. And then down here we have the holder from Temu that has a lot of our Crayola markers. And we have his markers that is Frankie Boom from Dollarama and the pencil crayons from Dollarama. And then here we have the Super Tip markers. And then below that in this container we have his pencil crayons. And then I still have these cups here. I might see if I can get another marker holder from Temu for these other markers. We have like stampers and different types of markers. Back there in that right corner there is the dry erase markers. And then over here we have these containers from the Dollar Tree. These house all our scented markers. And then at the end here is the Color Wonder markers, the ones that only work on special paper. The papers for that are here. We have construction paper. There is his little book there. And then there's more of this cardstock style construction paper from the Dollarama. But yeah, this turned out really nice, and it seems a lot more organized now. So thanks a lot for watching this video, and I will talk to you in my next one. Take care, and bye for now.